Queen Chilla's TV, we are coming to you direct from Republic of Ireland.
Thank you for coming and accepting my meeting request, Lucky. Can you please tell me a little bit about yourself?
Thank you for having me. My name is Lucky Khambule, originally from South Africa, been in Ireland from 2013. I was living in direct provision when I came here. I came and seek protection. Followed the same process that people follow. Go to Palsaskin and then you are transferred to various centers. I was transferred from Palsaskin to Cork in Kinsale Road Accommodation Center, and I lived there for about 3 years. From back home, my background has been, I've forever been working since wherever.
Yeah.
So I was working in an insurance as a customer services manager there. So when I came here and what worried me was the fact that now I was not going to be able to work. I was surprised to see that when you have seek for protection here, you are not allowed to work or to study. So I found myself in that situation, in this direct provision in Cork. So, and I found the system of direct provision, just for the benefit of whoever is going to be listening to this, a system whereby this government introduced in 1999 in response to the increase of the influx of people coming and seeking protection here. And they had a discussion in 1999, and they decided to implement an interim measure.
Yeah.
which was to last for 6 months, while they look into what is it that they need to do to respond. So it started in April of it was implemented in April of 2000 to address those issues. But one of the things that they've made when they introduced it, which was painful to people like us that seek protection, was the removal of the right to work for people that seek protection.
Yes.
So that's the main thing that they did, is to make sure that people do not have the right to work here. Because in their minds, they were thinking that if they don't have the right to work, it will not attract people from coming here, because they were of the opinion that people will come here because they come to work. And Ireland was the second country in EU that did not allow asylum seekers to work. So that was the painful thing for everybody that was here before me and during that time, because there were people who were in the system for 10 years who were not able to work. And which then meant that you were supposed to live in this kind of system in the center and given €19.10 per week. And it was a system that I saw it as a system that is meant to be difficult, so that people can surrender and go back home, and also spread the word back out there that don't come to Ireland, you'll be fried in a direct provision system. So that was a reason why I was instrumental in terms of getting people together.
Oh yes, I see that you are in the forefront of MASI. Do you want to just, before you tell me about being in the forefront, do you want to please tell me what is M.A.S.I?
Okay, MASI is the movement. The name MASI comes from the Movement of Asylum Seekers in Ireland.
Okay.
It's a name that we gave ourselves as people that seek protection to get together. So when we got together, we decided on that name, and our aim was obviously to address the issues that we are facing in direct provision.
Yes, and you were just about to tell me about how it all started. Can you just please elaborate on how it started, how MASI started, and what happened on that?
Okay, we can't talk about the formation of MASI without talking about the action that led to us forming the group. Mm-hmm. So when we were in Cork, as I said earlier, that I was in Cork for 3 years. So when I came here, that is where I saw what was the direct provision doing to people. Mm-hmm. And it was paining me that the fact that people were unable to, they were scared. People were scared to talk about it. Mm-hmm. People were scared to challenge things. So we got together in Cork with a few of people and to discuss, to say we need to get together and address the issues that we were facing there of mm-hmm. discrimination, of the humiliation that we were facing there. The treatment was just barbaric treatment that we could not accept as grown-ups, you know, the way that we're belittled. So we got together, and that center had about over 250 to 300 people, including children. So what we did there was, the important thing was to make sure that people see something wrong about what was happening there, even though the system has already corrupted people's minds in such a way that they didn't see anything wrong with the system. They have been manipulated by the system that they could not be able to challenge. They did not believe that they can challenge because everyone was doing their own thing. So what we said, that it's very, very important that we get people together and explain to people what is it that we need to do. So one of the key things that I was drilling to people is to make sure that people are united. And the only way that people would be united is that people must be in a position to be able to see one kind of vision, one goal, and one objective, and one problem. And once people see a common problem, and there is a way that they can address that problem, and it has something that has been building for years. So when we got people together, we found that each and every person in the room had something to say about their experience or whatever happened. So once we got people together, then people were able to allow themselves to be in that action. So, cut the long story short, we decided as the residents that the only way to address those issues, of which we tabulated them in their categories, mm-hmm. So that we are focused in terms of what we want. So that was important as well, so that we don't talk about accommodation and talk about the attitude. You talk about food, you talk about things anyhow. So we categorize in terms of their complaints, so we get everybody to speak. And then we went away and we started now to say, okay, this point belongs to this category, this point belongs to this category. So everyone's voice was captured in terms of the grievances that we then threw. you know. And then we decided to have, the only way to do this was to close the center, to have a protest whereby we lock the center and not allow the people that were working there to come in, so that we can negotiate things on our own. Indeed, we did that in terms of the grievances that we then threw, you know. And then we decided to have, the only way to do this was to close the center, to have a protest whereby we lock the center and not allow the people that were working there to come in, so that we can negotiate things on our own. Indeed, we did that. The center was locked for 10 days and 10 nights, where we took over the center and negotiated our demands in our own way. We didn't allow any intervention from outside, like the NGOs. Specifically, the NGOs were not allowed to come close to us, because we knew that they would be manipulating some of the people and promise them empty promises when we stopped the strike without having something. So that's why it went that far. It's because we wanted them to take us seriously and address our issues. And that's why we took over the center, because they were not going to be able to do things when their day-to-day work was continuing. They did not come to the center for 10 days.
Wow.
So it pained them. And then after that, the success of that, we then took it and spread it to the other centers.
Wow.
And we started now going to the other centers, lobbying other people, sharing the experience from the other centers, and also promote and advise them on how to set their committees and stuff like that. And then that's where M.A.S.I then was formed. Once we got people to have a first-hand information of what transpired in Said. So people were interested, and then we said, then the only way that we can do this is to nationalize this thing, because when we started, it was us from Cork that were going to other places to talk to people. But we said then, once we had now the other centers on board, so we decided then that it cannot be a Cork thing. It must be a national thing. And then that's where then we said it must be a movement of asylum seekers in Ireland, and that's how the name came.
The name came, M.A.S.I came.
Yeah, the name M.A.S.I came from the ordinary people who seek protection, and we stipulated our demands. We did not want to be associated or to affiliate to any other political or NGO. We wanted to be on our own, because we wanted to be our own voice. We wanted to speak things in our own way. One of the things that M.A.S.I was against in 2014 when it was formed, because the minister then with the NGOs were very instrumental in taking our voice. They were always talking on our behalf. So M.A.S.I's main existence was that people need to be able to vocalize what they are experiencing as they live in this direct provision. When the working group was formed, we felt that we have a better story to tell whoever is investigating that. So that's how M.A.S.I started, as a grassroots group aimed to do just that. And we did not stop from then until now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I like the fact that it was started by the asylum seekers and is for the asylum seekers.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much. Really, it's so interesting. And wow, I think you have said so much. What changes has M.A.S.I done so far that it's implemented at the moment?
One of the things, when we formed ourselves, we get key points of advocacy or campaign.
Yes.
One was the right to work.
Okay.
Two was the end of direct provision. Three was the right to education, especially third level education. Four was to stop deportations. Five was the faster processing of claims. And lastly, the rights of children in direct provision. If you look into the highlights of our achievement in terms of getting together and being vocal about things, to advocate for change,
Yes.
one that is notable is the right to work. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
Previously, people were not allowed to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And there was an asylum seeker that took the case to court of not being allowed to work. The government protected that right to work, or depriving asylum seekers the right to work, all the way until Supreme Court. All the way, they were saying that there's no way people that seek protection must never work. And they never liked people to work because they knew that if people would work, they would not avail themselves to direct provision and all that, because they want to keep direct provision as it is.
Mm.
So we campaigned continuously about the right to work. And we knew it was a law here that people were not allowed. Even when I remember one of the meetings shortly in our strategic meetings maybe in 2015, when we said we need to now just focus on the pillar that holds direct provision, which is right to work. And some of the members did not believe that something can be done with regard to that, because it's something that has been modus operandi since 2000.
Yeah, it
So
would have
we
sounded
focused on
possible, definitely.
Yeah, they didn't believe that it's possible.
Mm.
And we said that it's important for people to understand that direct provision exists because of the people not having the right to work. If people were having the right to work, they would be able to sort themselves out. So the case went to court, went to Supreme Court. In 2017, the court decided that it was unlawful and unconstitutional for Ireland not to give asylum seekers to work, the right to work. Give them 6 months to come up with a scheme that would be seen to be constitutional. We knew then that the government always defended this right to work, and when they give it, it will have limitations. We knew that. We campaigned. We had conferences. We had meetings to strategize as to what we need to do to request. To what our demands must be. Indeed, when it came, it was so thin in such a way that nobody could not, because they had an interim kind of right to work for 3 months before they decided to go with the EU directive. During that interim period, no asylum seekers, not one was able to work because of the scheme that they produced, whereby they said asylum seeker not work. There were 60 sectors that they stipulated that they were not going to be able to work, and that work permit, a person must have 1,500 to get that work permit, and must get a job with like 30,000 euros per year, So it was so strict in such a way that nobody could be able to work. But we protested, we did whatever to make noise. Then they came with the 9 months that people can work after 9 months, that they provided they have not been given a negative to their first interview. So with all those restrictions, we continuously campaign for better rights to work for people that seek protection. At least now, they can be, it's 6 months now. So a lot of people now are able to work.
Yes.
You know, a lot of people, because they've got the right to work, can get to education. So they are interlinked. So that is a tick in terms of the progress that MASI has made. A lot of people that come in this country now can work within 6 months, and it's because we did not accept what the government was giving to us at that time. We did not benefit, you know, but we knew that there are people that are still coming, and there will still people be coming, you know. But it's important that the system is challenged in such a way that it must be for the people. I know at the moment it's not. It's people always have hope. At MASI, we look things that are said by the state on a critical kind of a critique kind of attitude, not just to accept the headlines that they would say, you know. So that's one of the achievements, and also with the right with education.
Yes.
A lot of people now are able to get education. A lot of people have got they can find a way to waive the, you know, at least there is hope now. There's schemes that are there, because why we did say to people that it's impossible to have a better life when you don't have education. So there is progress as far as education. It's not up there yet, you know, but there are people now, there are so many people that are on third level education even as we speak. You know, it's through us that we of the work that we do.
Wow, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I can see MASI has done so much for the asylum seekers, including myself, because I'm one of the asylum seekers. And we're running out of time right now. I'm just going to ask you just a quick one question, and then we will round up. Where do you see MASI in the next couple of years? Well,
MASI is growing. Is a growing baby every day. It's a legacy. We are building a legacy. MASI is gonna be here for many years. When people come here, they will know that there is a group that is formed by asylum seekers that really take care of the issues of asylum seekers. It's gonna grow. Watch this space. It's a legacy that we're building. Even if when we are no longer there, the movement of the people will always be there. And the existence of MASI is an oxygen to the immigration movements. To everyone that comes here, to everyone that works with migrants or asylum seekers, MASI is the oxygen, because that is the only group that does what it does without getting any funding, any formal funding from governments, which the other groups that work with asylum seekers, they get funding from the government to do the work that they can do. Okay, but MASI has got a bigger picture, a bigger vision of about asylum and those people that seek protection. It's a bigger national vision. So in years to come, it will be bigger than the current NGOs that you see them now.
Yeah. Thank you so much. How does MASI usually? The last one, how does MASI usually advertise themselves? Do you guys have T-shirts, brochures, anything like for asylum seekers to know that there is this movement?
Yeah, what we are doing now, we have been doing T-shirts, yes. Like for instance, we've got this bundle. It's a new one. And we've got information booklets, something like this, that we have now embarking on. It's something that we're gonna make sure that especially when people come in the country, they should know about MASI. We've got this kind of information booklet. Okay. So it's something also that is done by asylum seekers to inform the others that are new here about the services that are there. So it's a booklet that we want each and every person that's come, especially when they are new, we're gonna drop them in Balseskin as well, so that they can get to know about MASI, because it's important that people, and also most importantly now is the word of mouth. Facebook, Twitter,
yes,
Instagram, WhatsApp, Telegram, all those, loads of people. Like for instance, today, whenever we receive important, there's an important announcement by the justice, by the IPAS. Okay, we got an email from IPAS about changes that are happening, and now with a click of a button, we can reach out to more than 1,000 people at one go. There is no other organization that have got that network. No, none.
Yeah.
But we can reach out on their personal devices. Not Facebook is there, but we can be able to reach out to more than 1,000 people in one day.
Wow.
The justice people don't have that facility or that network. They don't have that. So we have built that network in a long time to make sure that people know about MASI. We have regular weekly meetings with no fail, or every week throughout the year. No one week that we miss not meeting with the people. It's because that we want to build and make sure that people understand about MASI.
Okay.
So that's what we do.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Lucky Khambule. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I feel honored that I was the one person that was able to interview you, and I will take the information to my class so that they know a lot about what is going on with MASI and behind MASI and how it started. And it's a very interesting information, and it's very interesting for people to know a lot about it. So I really appreciate you. Thank you so much. I'm going to stop the recording now, and thank you so much.
All right.
Queen Chilla's
Thanks
TV.
to me. All the
We
best.
are coming to you direct from Republic of Ireland.